Hi, this is Andrea Schulman again, and in today's quick law of attraction video, we're going to talk about how to identify and eliminate any fear you may have about the coronavirus. And I'm making a video now that I'm putting out a few days before this one releases. And so this one's going to work really well in tandem with the other one about how to manifest the end of the coronavirus. But in order to really understand the last video and apply it fully, I also wanted to make this video on how to work through your fear, because that's really the key thing that keeps this present in your reality. But first, if you're watching this video on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, please make sure to subscribe or follow my page. And if possible, turn on your notifications, because I do release new law of attraction inspired videos like this one every single week. And also, this is the final call. Today is the last day to sign up for my law of attraction step-by-step training program. This training program is called Manifesting Mastery. It is a downloadable law of attraction mastering class. And if you're interested in using some of your spare time to bone up on your manifesting skills, this is a really great opportunity. So please make sure to look in the description for a link on my Manifesting Mastery course if you'd like to learn more about it. Again, enrollment is closing today. All right, but let's go ahead and talk about how to identify and eliminate any fear that you may have about the coronavirus. And again, in my last video, I talked about how, in order to manifest the end of something, you really have to neutralize any fear that you have about it, because your fears are what attract things into your reality that you perceive as being negative. And so we're all going to be a little bit different on this, because if we're here and experiencing an event, it means that each one of us attracted that event. Now, our reasons for attracting it could be varied, all right? So some people could be attracting coronavirus into their experience for highly negative reasons, some people for highly positive ones. That's something to keep in mind. So, and I've mentioned this in some of my videos recently, that not everybody's going to have a negative experience with this event, but we've all manifested it collectively, okay? But if you are experiencing this scenario in a fearful way, and a lot of people are, it's really useful to take this time to figure out, what fear is this reflecting back to me? And again, everybody's gonna be a little bit different, but this is a tremendous opportunity for you to identify a limiting belief structure or a fear that heretofore has been holding you back. Because if this is bringing out fear in you, it's an awesome time to figure out, well, what have I been holding on to that's been keeping me in a place where something like this would scare the heck out of me? So there's many different fears that are possible. And I was thinking about this week, that everyone's probably got kind of a different combination. All right, so some people may be germaphobes. They may be afraid of germs. Some people may be afraid of not having money, or they may be afraid that the government's controlling them. Some people may be afraid that their business isn't going to get off the ground. Some people may be fearful, of losing their parents or of losing their children, something of that nature. And so anything that provides a threat that mirrors that back would be a really good reflection for that fear. And not all of these fears have to be big, okay? So for me, one of the things that I figured out that I'm working through right now is that I've always kind of had a fear about filming my videos when people are in the house. So, I work from home, and so my husband's off at work and my kids are off at school, and that's usually when I sit down and make my videos. And, now everybody is home a lot more, and so this has been a really great opportunity for me to notice that, oh my gosh, I've been fearful of having people around, and now's the great opportunity for me to shift that particular limitation or fear. And it's really funny that I'm making this video now while there's people, I can hear them, doing their laundry and walking back and forth and doing stuff, but really having the opportunity right now to work through that fear so it no longer holds me back. So the first thing that I would like for you to do when it comes to this scenario is to just take this as challenge accepted. All right, so when the universe kind of reflects something back to you that's fearful, it means it's kind of giving you an opportunity to work through it. And we can push against that, or we can do the more positive and uplifting thing for ourselves, the more healing thing for ourselves, which is to accept the challenge. Okay, so the first thing, if you want to resolve any fear that you have about this, accept the challenge. You know what, universe? Challenge accepted. Apparently, there's a fear here that I am ready to shift. Challenge accepted. And the second thing that I'd like for you to do is to just take a moment and to jot something down, which is, what am I most afraid of? Okay, what am I most afraid of about this situation? And you may have a number of fears that come to mind, but really just stick to the ones that really feel somewhat terrifying for you or really elicit the strongest response from you. Okay, so whatever those are, jot them down. And when you start coming up with ideas that don't seem too big of a deal to you, you know that you're done. But anything that you're really scared of right now, you want to write it down. I'm afraid that the economy is going to collapse. Or I'm afraid that we're not going to have enough food. Or I'm afraid of whatever the case may be. And everybody's are going to be different. Okay, so some of these things for some people may really bother them. For you, they might not bother you at all, and vice versa. So it's not important what everybody else's fears are about this situation, but what are you most fearful of? Now, whatever the top ones are for you, whichever ones are the strongest ones for you, okay, and so whatever those are the fears that we want to focus on, and we want to use this opportunity to shift them. So on a personal level, the fear I gave you before, I'm afraid of having to film with people in the house. And man, my luck must be pretty good if that's, a big fear that I'm working through right now. But yeah, that's a fear for me, is I'm afraid of having to film while there's people in the house. Well, if that's the deal, if that's what your fear is, your job at this point is to neutralize that fear somehow. It's to realize that the fear is kind of an illusion, that you're going to be okay, that it's something that you can handle. So, I have the opportunity. I can film with people in the house. Or if they interrupt it, I can just edit out the parts that I don't like. Or, if it's really that big of a deal, I can go out and film in my car. Or, I just kind of work through it as the idea of, I could do this in another way. I can deal with this. There are solutions to this fear. There are solutions to this problem. And in doing that, you start to neutralize the effect that fear is having on you. So let's say that one of the big fears that pops up for you is, I'm afraid of getting really, really sick. Okay? The goal here, the challenge that we want to accept, is that this is a limiting belief. This is a fear we've been carrying for a long time, and it's time for us to shift it. It's time for us to not react to it so strongly in a negative way. Rather, it's time for us to work with it in a positive way. So if my fear is, I'm afraid of getting really sick, what I want to shift into is, it's okay if I get sick. Okay, just like I'm afraid of people being in the house while I'm filming, it's okay if people are in the house when I'm filming. That's the belief structure that we have to fit into. It's okay for this to happen. Now, this may be something that's radically different for people to wrap their minds around, but that's really the game, is we want to get to a place where the fearful thing no longer scares us. Okay, so if you're really afraid of getting sick, we want to be okay with the fact that if we get sick, it's okay. So we're not pushing against it. So your job, once you know what your fear is to start to figure out why it's okay if that happens. Why is it okay if you get sick? Well, it's okay if I get sick because it's going to strengthen my immune system. And it's okay if I get sick because there's doctors and hospitals around, and it's likely that I'm going to recover. And it's okay if I get sick because if I recover from it, it's just going to help me reinforce the idea of just how strong I actually am. We want to find a way to neutralize that fear so that we're not pushing against it. Okay, and so for me, again, the fear that I'm talking about here is really mundane and silly, but the fear of having people in the house, it's okay that they're here. It's okay that they're here. You know what? They're teaching me how to be more versatile in my videos. They're teaching me how to be more adaptable. They're helping me get to a place where I can film anywhere and it's no big deal. Okay, so that's the kind of the shift that you want to make. All right, is coming to a place of understanding that it's okay if the money doesn't come in this month. It's okay if my business collapses. It's okay if the economy collapses. Any of those things, we have to be able to apply our mind to, why is it okay? Why is it a good thing? How might it be working out for us? Okay, that's really your job here. But again, the first step is really accept the challenge. Whatever this is, if it's causing fear for you, is giving you the challenge to shift a fear that heretofore has been holding you back. So first things first, accept the challenge and then ask yourself, what am I most afraid of? That's the stuff you got to shift. And the way to shift it isn't in getting rid of the threat. It's about it being okay for the threat to be there. All right, I really hope that you have enjoyed this video on how to identify and eliminate your fear regarding the coronavirus. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about it below in the comments. And as a final reminder, again, today is the last call for that Manifesting Mastery step-by-step law of attraction training program. So if you are at all interested and you haven't grabbed it yet, right now, do yourself a favor and look below in the description for a link on that program. All right. But thanks again for watching today's video and have a great day. Bye-bye.